Welcome everybody, Deacon here, coming to you from way up north with a little bit different kind of a video today. More of a somber mood, not a crazy video with theme parks or art or whatever. We're just gonna have a little chit chat really quick. This is a hard video for me to do because this is a very hard time in my life. All of a sudden, a hard moment. This is a very hard moment. And I'm up here at my father's house, up in the Bay Area, and handling a bunch of stuff for him because he has just recently passed away over the last few days. And so I've been up here handling as much as I can his assets, his funeral arrangements, and everything else. So it's been a rough few days, and I'm not sure what's going to happen next. Life has just changed a whole lot for me. My father was one of my best friends and one of my biggest fans. And that was a lot of fuel for me. That was a lot of drive for me, was making my father proud. And I feel like I'm at a new crossroads in life. I'm not sure what's going to happen next. I love doing this YouTube thing with my son and with all my friends and going to Disneyland and everything. And over the last few years, my dad and I had gotten really tight, and we talked almost every day on the phone. And he had a rough year. He had a really rough year. His wife left him over a year ago, and he was depressed. He had a hard time getting out of that funk, out of the darkness of a divorce after 20 years married. And he led on to believe that he was doing better than he did. And once we came up here and saw the condition of the house and all his little habits and all that stuff, we saw that things were a lot worse off than he was leading on. And he was just starting to get out of the funk. He was planning on buying a motorhome and going cross country. And this summer, Max and I were even thinking of going cross country with him. The last I talked to him was when we were at Disneyland, and he said everything went well with his colonoscopy. And then a little bit later, he texted again, and then that was it. That was the last I talked to him. The next morning, I called him, and he didn't answer. Sometimes he leaves his phone outside or in the car or wherever. And he didn't answer. And I started getting nervous because it's not like him. After a few hours, he'll at some point call back. So I started getting worried, and I called my sister, and she drove up here. She lives about 30 minutes away. And she drove up here, and it was nighttime already, and she saw that the house was dark, and the dogs were barking, and there weren't any lights on or anything, and it was all locked up. And she tried the Find My Phone app, and it said that the phone was in the house. So she called the police to do a welfare check, And they came in, and sure enough, they found him laying next to his bed. And that was hard to hear. First night was super, super rough, and a lot of hysterical crying. And we jumped in the car and we drove up here. And started trying to figure out what exactly we're going to do, or what we're doing, or what we need to do. So we've been getting all that stuff in order and everything. And, it's been a crazy emotional time. And, I'm not one to be super candid about my emotions, but for some reason I feel like I need to do this video right now, just because I just need to talk. I just need to let it out. If this is not something that you're into, or you're not vibing, then I understand. This is not a fun video. So if this is not your thing, please, there'll be more good videos coming soon. Always remind the people in your life how much they mean to you, because you can never do that enough. Part of my mission was to get him out of this funk, and I mean, that's kind of why I was trying to apply these points of positivity in the channel, because it was something I was talking to him about all the time. Was, you got to get your spirits up. You got to be positive. You can't focus on negative, or you get in your head, and it'll drag you down. It'll bring you down. And you can't do that. You gotta look at the up and up. You gotta stay focused on the positive. We all go through points in our lives where we're just in a funk, and it's easy to let that fester and get worse and worse, and then depression and anger and everything will start to affect even your soul, and it was so hard. It was so hard to try to talk him out of some of these moments where he was just so angry and depressed and frustrated. And then something happened, and he started getting inspired to do the RV thing and all that. And then all of a sudden, this happens. And, I feel like I failed him. I don't know exactly what we're supposed to do, or what I'm supposed to do now. And just got to pick up the pieces and go, because you gotta keep on trucking. When life throws those rough left hooks at you, you got to be prepared for it. And energy is so important. It's why we go to Disneyland all the time. It's because of that energy. The energy is important. Good energy and good people and good vibes, smiling, happiness, and all that stuff. That's important and vital to every person on this planet. You take those parts out of the equation, and when you don't have goals and you don't have things you want to work for, and you've just given up on things stop going up. They start going down. I'm grateful for my dad. He watched all my videos. He watched all my friends' videos. He supported everything, and he thought it was the greatest thing. And it made us closer. And I don't think I'm going to stop. I'm sorry I haven't put out a lot of videos recently. And I promise I'll be back in the saddle as fast as possible. I just need a little bit more time to get through all this and handle this stuff. And then we're back on the road. back up at the Bay Area, and we found a fuzz spot by Dad's house.
Done wrong.
All right, I'm up here, back up on my dad's trip number 2. I'm in his wood shop right now, because this is where like most of his creative side went, and he worked hard on stuff, meticulous and state of the art. I thought it would be a lot less weird coming up the second time, but it ended up being more weird. And you know, the whole last week I was back down in LA. All I felt was I needed to be back up here. I needed to be back up here. And once I got up here, I felt like, what am I doing? This isn't gonna bring him back. It's starting to rain outside, so I wasn't going to film this outside. And I can feel my dad's energy in here. So it's a good thing. You know, a lot of big decisions and a lot of things have had to be done and made over, you know, these last, you know, week and a half, 2 weeks, you know, whatever it's been. Everything feels like it's in a time warp. I'm not even really sure as far as time goes. I know that my son has to get back to school and get back to some normalcy in his life. And he's been a trooper through this, and I'm proud of him. I felt like I needed to come be up and be close to him again. And, you know, for the most part, as close as you can be to somebody who's passed, you know. Being in here and seeing the unfinished projects and everything he was doing kind of helps. I know all my friends have been hitting me up, you know, letting me know they've been thinking about me, and I'm grateful for that. Grateful for all of you. Grateful for all of my friends and everybody who's, you know, stuck with me through this little tough time. I'm staying positive. I'm trying to. It hurts. I ain't gonna lie. It hurts. This time I think hurt more. I thought it would be less, and that was definitely not the case. I think it started to sink in more, is what it is. Beyond that, I need to get my family back down to the homestead. I need to get everything back rolling. I need to get some new videos out, some happy videos. And yeah, I need to just see my friends and hang out and leave this alone. This has been a lot for the last week and a half being up here, and yeah, it's time to head back. All right, so been cleaning the house and getting everything in order, and it's all good and back to normal. Anyhow, that's just an update. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flippy flip. Thanks. Appreciate you all. Thank you. I really do. Thank you. Peace. Scratch it on a nail or something?
No, I think that's maybe
Does it hurt?
it didn't hurt. What is that?
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but that happened. So, what do you think you're going to put that?
That back here? What?
Yeah, no, they have one. We got a pool. That's what's up their whole backyard.
I like the pool up there. Why does the house
That's all the room they have.
that far of a house? Why should you do that? Why should you?
Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday anymore.
I know, you're already past 7, going on 8. You ready to be 8? Won't be long now, you'll be 8 years old.
I'm a fat ball.
And then you get your pants all wet. Told you not to. You don't do what you're told, do you? Nobody can tell Max what to do. Isn't that right, Max?
I'm laying on the floor and my legs are on the pool.
Yeah. It's not the floor, it's the deck. Plus. This is the pool deck. That's
Pool
the
deck.
patio deck.
What does the patio mean?
It means outdoor space.
Oh, sun feels good.
The sun doesn't
Yeah, this is
feel
the best
good
time of
to me.
day. Right here. It's not too hot. The breeze is coming in from the ocean. The sun's not glaring on you.
The sun is not feeling good.
Yeah.
For
Sun does feel good. I need my
No,
sunglasses
it's
so I
space
don't
when
squint.
you're
But
close to it. When you're in space. Yeah, why is the sun showing Earth?
The earth goes around the sun.
And moon?
The moon goes around the earth. If it's clear tonight, I'll show you Mars. You wanna see Mars?
What are the red planets?
Mars is a red planet.
Who else?
That's it. Mars is the only red one. There's red stars. Arcturus, Betelgeuse, Santa Carina. Little red star.
Wait, what are the red stars? Can you tell me what the all red one?
No, I couldn't. I can tell you all the red stars. There's millions of them.
What is that noise?
Yeah. Probably that spaceship is there.
whoa. See that?
Uh-uh.
That spaceship?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's moved back behind you. It's gone now. Can you hear it?
No one is going.
I heard it go by.
Yeah.
No.
Lights flashing.
I heard it go by, buddy boy.
What did the spaceship look like?
It was like that. A little bit like that.
No,
And
the
it was-
color.
It was silver.
Silver and black.
Just silver.
Just silver?
Just silver.
How is it silver?
With blue lights.
Oops.
Oh no, you did it again. Boy, you're really in trouble now. Gonna throw you in the deep end.
No!
See how well you can swim.
Mark!
Should I just push you in, see how well you can swim?
No.
No?
Look at that face! Oh! Oh!
Glub, glub, glub.
I'm still alive.
You sure?
Yeah.
How do you be so sure? So you
I got my hair wet.
Oh
Or we gotta wash it.
no. What do you got in your pockets?
Nothing.
No phones or computers.
But I don't have a computer.
Computers, yeah.
I don't have a computer or
No
phone.
secret listening devices. No
That's-
spy pins. Got any of that stuff?
No.
Cameras?
Nope.
You sure? Gotta make make sure
Only got an iPad.
you get an iPad in your pocket.
An iPad?
Yeah.
A tinier.